Welcome back to Film Gob everyone, it's Shayker here, and what's been going on in the Snyder Cut world online? Well, Zack Snyder, he released another picture of Darkseid, of Uxas, should we say, on Vero, yeah, so another bombshell dropped it the other day, and look, it looks amazing. You can see, it looks very familiar. We'll get into that in a little bit, but this pose, this image. But yeah, it's Darkseid, Uxas, and he's even got the Omega symbol on his chest. It's actually a part of him. It's kind of embedded itself on his chest, that symbol. And yeah, because obviously in the theatrical, you didn't see him, you didn't hear about him in this scene in particular. Now, if you look at it, you know, this looks very similar to what we saw in the theatrical cut of Steppenwolf, right? Similar pose, similar shot. Here's what Chris Dawson had to say, our good friend who's working on the black suit edition of Justice League. He's still working on it, it's going to be amazing. He said, either Zack's version of this background was much cleaner, or it was unfinished when he left. Fortunately, we know this shot was completed after he left, so that's no concern. The main focus is the Uxas model. That's the expensive shit, and it looks good to me. And I've seen a few coloured versions of this image, so here's Ruin Johnson 1 on Twitter. He coloured it, he gave it a shot. It's I would say that's very Snyder-esque visuals, you know, the kind of muted colours with the grey and the kind of silver around his neck and everything. So that's looking quite good. Moving on, Butterbar, a bit more intensity here with the glowing red eyes and the Omega symbol on his chest glowing. Lots of a bit darker. Moving on, we've got our good friend Ramesh De Silva, even more darker, I would say. It's still got the glowing red eyes, the background, the clouds are a bit bluish tint. Yeah, he did another one. This a bit more brighter and got the kind of his staff that he's got, his weapon that he's got is getting charged up. And if you want a more hellish version than all of these, well, here's at Taru Aldebaran. Look at that. Boom. Have some of that. Got some hellfire in the background. They're probably the darkest yet. Let me know which one you prefer. So whether this is a finished shot from the Snyder Cut or it's like an unfinished shot that Zack Snyder picked out from his kind of archive, you know, because he doesn't want to spoil what the final version looks like. And now I know there's a back and forth going between some people and other people saying, oh, this shot is finished, this shot is unfinished, whatever you want to call it. You know, there's nothing stopping Zack Snyder from sharing unfinished shots and photographs from his film. Because, you know, when he was making the film, you saw plenty of behind the scenes video montages. You could still say we're still in that phase because we haven't seen the Snyder Cut version. We haven't seen the full Justice League movie that we've been waiting for. Chris Wong was saying on his channel that, you know, maybe Zack Snyder's got the movie on his phone, a copy of the Snyder Cut on his phone. He can just, anytime he can just go in, watch certain scenes and then just take a snapshot, put them up on Vero. Imagine that, imagine having that power. But yeah, let me know what you think about all this. Moving on, the Death of Superman comic book co-writer thinks that Warner Brothers should release the Snyder Cut. That's what I'm talking about, that's what you call support. Who was this? Let's see, read on. Jerry Ordway, the writer and artist, has worked extensively within the world of DC over the decades. Most notably, he served as a co-writer on the Death of Superman comic book. You all love it, I love it. And he was one of the people. He was insistent that we need to do something with Superman, otherwise we're going to lose an audience. We're not going to get any newcomers coming into the comic book world. And yes, that Death of Superman comic certainly changed things, rattled a few cages. So here he was on Twitter, he said, "That's powerful, I sure would like to see a Blu-ray of this cut of the film. What does Warner Brothers have to lose? I certainly appreciate the recreation of Richard Donner's Superman 2, so why not Zack Snyder's Justice League?" Our friends over at RT Snyder Cut, they said, "Wow, this is great, thank you Jerry. And then he replied to them as well. He said, "I've always supported this idea. Since it was revealed Snyder had a rough cut with a score. Warner's cobbled together version didn't work, so what is there to lose? Now that the execs in charge have changed, AT&T wants to make money, so let Warner Archive release it." So there you go, that was Jerry Ordway giving his opinion. Even Rob Liefeld is at it. He said, "Come on, it can't be that hard to just give us the goods here. He's a proven visionary. Release the Snyder Cut." So even Rob Liefeld is coming around to it. Got a lot of attention, especially from the Washington Post recently. So I'm sure the Snyder Cut is going to get more attention. We're going to get more supporters. I'm sure Zack Snyder is going to share more photos and things like that on Vero. So let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Click that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Why not check out these other videos on screen right now? But until next time, I'm Shayker, and I will catch you later.